This little clip is dedicated to my good friend Slizzle466. One of my favourite cards in the game is Archmage Vargoth, and he also has one of my favourite phrases in the game, and that is behold. And when you say behold alongside Vargoth, only good things can happen. So, here we go. Are you ready for a bit of behold action? So, behold number 1. Behold number 2. Behold number 3. And behold number 4. Doesn't actually clear the board, but it was fun. Slizzle, that clip was dedicated to you, my friend. But what am I playing today? I'm not playing Big Priest. I am playing Duwin and EK Designer's Azalina Secrets Hunter. Duwin and EK, as always, have been putting in a lot of time and effort coming out with some great hunter decks, and if you follow them on Twitter, you'll be able to keep track of all of the cool creations that they are coming out with. And this deck right here, with the combination of secrets, death rattles, and of course, Deathstalker Rexar, it is a pretty good fit in the current meta. Duwin does make a recommendation though, and he does say that if you are going up against a lot of aggro decks, to put in 2 candle shots, take out 1 Eaglehorn bow, and maybe take out Azalina or Play Dead and replace with a Wild Pyromancer. In this video you will see me go up against a Big Priest and an odd Paladin. So at the end of the video we can reflect on what kind of changes we'd like to make with the deck. But I will say that I've only played I think 4 games with this deck, and so far I've not managed to find any value from Azalina, just because I've never been in a position where I've needed to play her. It turns out that Deathstalker Rexar is just an insane value generator and is all that I need to win the long game. Only 1 copy of the Lesser Emerald Spellstone in this deck, which I find interesting. We've got quite a few secrets, so I wonder if 2 copies would be worthwhile. Or maybe it's just too slow. Maybe Duwin and EK, you can give us your thoughts on that in the comments section below. But let's have a look at the deck in action. And our first game is against a Big Priest.
Let the hunt begin.
So, against the Priest, Sylvanas in hand. I'm keeping that. I'm keeping that. I'm going to keep the Huntress too, because I may get lucky and draw a couple of secrets. I'm not actually sure if that was the correct mulligan in terms of keeping the Huntress. So maybe Duwin, you can, or EK, you can advise us on the correct mulligans with this deck. But yeah, we've got the Spellstone in hand. That makes me happy, since I've got a secret in hand too. And he's going to have quite a slow start, potentially. There's no guarantee that he gets Barnes on turn 4. In which case, turn 6 will be Shadow Essence. And that's going to give us time to build up our own hand and to build up cards that may be useful to us as the game goes on.
Come, midnight.
Now I'm playing the secret there because I want to buff the Spellstone, for no other reason. This explosive trap isn't really going to help me against the Big Priest.
Tonight, a tale of true terror.
Oh.
Servants, soldiers of the cold dark.
Well, I guess it helps against a 1/1 KT, but we don't want to leave that KT up on the board. We really don't want to leave that KT up on the board.
Such easy sport.
Of course, the trouble is, he'll now just resurrect it, and then we're sad. No resurrection effect. Okay. That's good, I guess.
Unity.
I did consider Lotheb there. But actually, Lotheb is better played on my next turn, I guess, to block his turn 6. Okay, that's bad. Yeah, I wanted to block the Shadow Essence on 6 with the Lotheb.
I have no time for games.
But now, given that there is a KT on the board, Sylvanas is just much, much better. The priority will be to kill off that Sylvanas as quickly as possible. Because we have 9 lives in our hand.
That didn't quite hit the mark.
Let none survive.
It's a shame. We actually steal the KT. But it dies. Yeah, that's a real shame. But hopefully Lotheb here will block another Shadow Essence or block an Eternal Servitude. Now, we could play the Spellstone, but I'm wary. I'm wary of cards like Mass Hysteria. I'm wary of Psychic Scream, so I'm going to hold back and just develop Rexar. My friend Toasty there, saying that he plays Azalina with the deck and he loses. Says it's too slow against Odd Paladin. So maybe we just take the Ragnaros here. It means that it doesn't die, so he's not going to be able to resurrect it. I probably should have hero powered first. Although I don't think it would change anything. If we commit this minion here, if he does have the Psychic Scream, no doubt he's going to play it. But hopefully that will be the majority of his turn. Yeah, there it is. Oh my goodness. Okay. That's really annoying. Something with poisonous would be pretty good, I think. The Gastropod, I think, is absolutely fine.
I have no time for games.
But for now, put a Sylvanas down and just make things really awkward for him. If he attacks with the KT, it's going to go back to hand, which is going to make it difficult to play. It'll cost 10 mana. Be his entire turn. That's fine. Okay, there is a statue in the way. Maybe we look for an answer here. Oh, the princess. That is absolutely glorious. Absolutely glorious. We get to steal the statue and push 5 to the face. Wow. And I think that's just game over. It has to be. He could have another Psychic Scream. But then maybe I could discover a beast and do some burst damage. Toasty says, unbelievable. I would tend to agree with him. Okay, there it is. Mass Hysteria. However, the princess is still alive. And that KT does absolutely nothing for him.
Again.
Okay, heading into our next game against a paladin, and keeping the explosive trap seems sensible, and tracking on 1 seems great too. Not sure about the Cloaked Huntress here. Should I have mulliganed it away, perhaps looking for a 1-cost weapon, maybe?
None will survive.
Oh, there's a 1-cost weapon. Fair enough. Losing the Sylvanas there from tracking feels slightly bad, but to be honest, Sylvanas in this game, I don't think she's going to play that big of a role. This game is going to be all about dealing with wide boards that my opponent creates. And timing the use of the explosive trap is going to be incredibly pertinent. Yeah, attacking face first to test for the secret, that's sensible on his part. Okay, there's a haha. And there's Patches. So, in this situation, normally I'd want to play an explosive trap. However, I think that secret is Never Surrender. And Never Surrender, sadly, is a counter to Explosive Trap, because his minions will get a 2 health buff, and that's really annoying. So we can't play the Explosive Trap when he's got a wide board. We don't want to buff that board. So we can only play it when he's got a minimal amount of minions sitting on the board.
Come midnight.
Oh wow, Cloaked Huntress from Wandering Monster. That's pretty amazing.
Such easy sport. Come midnight.
Now I did think about ending the turn there, but then I played the Freezing Trap. Why did I play the Freezing Trap? Was there any need to do so? Probably not. But having said
Back
that,
to your homes.
I think it's a bit of a psychological play. I've played a secret. He doesn't know what it is. For all he knows, it could be an explosive trap, right? It's not, but it could be. Or it could be Wandering Monster. It's not, but it could be. So you do mess with their head just a little bit when you play these secrets.
Such easy sport.
Hunt alone.
So I'm going to play the explosive here, just to trigger Never Surrender on 2 minions. And actually, if a 1/3 dude gets returned back to hand from Freezing Trap, I'm okay with that too. Even better, a 1/3 dude with a Divine Shield being returned back to hand from Freezing Trap, that's phenomenal. That's actually good value, as far as I'm concerned. And interestingly, he's still not managed to proc the explosive trap. So, I could play Rexar here, but I'm going to challenge him to have Quartermaster. If he doesn't have Quartermaster, he goes face, gets wrecked by the explosive trap. Or he trades 3 dudes into a wolf, still not good for him. Or he passes and does nothing. If he has Quartermaster, he can go face with the dudes.
2 arms, man.
He does have it. Or he can trade. And if he trades, hey, I'll take that. That is pretty good for me.
My pack will hunt you down.
In the previous game against the Big Priest, I played Deathstalker Rexar when my opponent didn't have anything on the board, just because I wanted to get the Zombie Beast value going as quickly as possible. In this game, I'm going to wait. I'm just going to wait until Rexar's Battle Cry kills a few more dudes for me. I'm going to be greedy. We've already seen one Quartermaster, so hopefully it'll be a bit longer until we see the other one. Now we draw these secrets, that's going to help to thin out our deck a little bit more. In the meantime, he's going to want to consider proccing this secret before he commits a lot more to the board. Wow. When the odd paladin is doing all the trading, it's such a beautiful thing to see. When they're on the back foot, when they're on the defensive, it pretty much means that you're in line to win this game eventually. And this is phenomenal value on the explosive trap because it's just killed a Quartermaster that was buffed.
Reporting for duty.
And now he's propped it, he thinks he's safe. He's filling the board.
Reporting for duty.
Yes, reporting for duty. Say goodbye, because they're all about to get wrecked by Rexar. This is beautiful. Now I played the secret there rather than the hero power, because now I'm challenging him to waste that weapon charge by attacking face, because he needs to test for another explosive trap before he commits again to the board. Wandering Monster there deals another 2 damage to his face. He's now down to 11. This is working out pretty well for me. And now the dudes all have taunt. Yeah, that's really scary. Yeah, that isn't the effect that he wanted there. I think just playing secrets here is fine. He's running out of things to do. So, again, I assume he'll attack face here, test for the secrets, and then try and redevelop. Interesting. Plays Baku. And does nothing. 9 lives, not really great for us here. Well, it's not great yet. What we need to do is build a zombie beast with a really good death rattle. Then 9 lives becomes especially pertinent.
An easy target.
Do we just play it? I don't think we do, right?
An easy target.
We just wait. Is it really going to get any better, though? Now we wait. I don't think that tracking is something that we want to play now in this game. We have a limited number of cards left in our deck. He's really thinking about whether to use this weapon to take more face damage. We don't have the hero power anymore that can deal 2 damage to his face, but we can start discovering beasts that do burst damage.
Well played.
And to think that this old paladin now is having to think his turns through very carefully. That does not happen often. Okay, there's another 2 damage to his face. We take 7, but it doesn't matter, really.
Reporting for duty. Reporting for duty.
Finally plays a spell,
Your win, friend.
and that's game over. Okay, so Duwin and EK Designers Azalina Secrets Hunter. Tremendously fun deck to play. I've not really had much value from Azalina yet. I've not had a reason to play her, but then again, I've only played 4 games with this deck. So maybe if I play a few more games, then Azalina's value will become apparent. Taking Duwin's advice in an aggressive meta, including a copy of Wild Pyromancer in this deck, would certainly be worthwhile. If you guys have any questions about this deck, please leave them in the comments section below, and I'm sure both Duwin and EK would be happy to answer them. So for now, thank you very much for joining me, everyone. I hope you enjoyed the video, but let's spend the last portion of this video staring at the golden animation for Deathstalker Rexar.